We've just traveled 7,000 miles to the wilds of Asia.
Wow.
The white deer sitting here under the tree are bacterin deer, newest members of our monorail family, relative of the red deer of Central Asia, highlighted on season 3 of the zoo. Baby bacterin on the left. We're also looking at India's national bird, the peafowl. Only the males are called peacocks. Females are called peahens. They get together and make baby pea chicks. Males have blue heads, females have green. They have free roam with the Bronx Zoo. You'll see them everywhere today, not just here in Asia. There's a peahen right there on the road. This hut tells an important conservation story.
Farmers in Indonesia live closely with wild animals, like elephants, which we will see shortly. WCS field staff work with local leaders and farmers in Indonesia to come up with the Crop Protection Unit. This unit created many different ways for farming to continue in close proximity of wild animals. One strategy was to soak ropes in chili powder and place them around the crops. Elephants do not like chili and leave the farms alone, allowing the farmer and the animals to share the habitat peacefully.
They don't like chili.
We all know that an animal that's extinct is no longer with us, like the dinosaur and the dodo bird. The animals in our next exhibit were completely extinct in nature and could only be found in zoos. We're talking about the Mongolian wild horse, or Przewalski's horse. We have 11 horses on display today, so don't stop looking after you see the first one or two. While there are genetic differences between wild horses and domestic horses, there are physical differences as well. They're shorter and stockier in build. They have an erect mane that's lacking the forelock. The piece of mane that falls between the eyes of a domestic horse. They're rocking the mohawk. They were born genetically awesome. The Bronx Zoo received our first herd in 1902, and to date over 50 foals have been born right here in the Bronx, New York. We're happy to report that Mongolian wild horses are being successfully reintroduced into the wilds of Mongolia and southern China from both North American and Asian zoos. We're now going to hear from Jonathan Slatt, our Asian expert.
Jonathan Slatt, and I'm the Russia and Northeast Asia coordinator for the Wildlife Conservation Society. I believe that wildlife has a place on this earth, and my job is to find practical solutions that allow people and wildlife to thrive together. Przewalski's horse went extinct in the wild in the 1960s. And on a recent trip to Kazakhstan, I thought about the ongoing and successful efforts in that country to bring these horses back to the Central Asian steppe. The world needs happy stories, to watch the impossible become possible, and to see hope restored. That's what's happening today in Przewalski's horse.
As you can see, we give our animals lots of room to roam, as we're still in the Mongolian wild horse exhibit. But I'll be able to pinpoint most of the animals for you today, even if they're not necessarily in plain sight. It's not difficult to do if you'd like to try. Just put yourself in their hooves and figure out where you would go for a shady spot to rest or a little grazing time. When we reach the top of this hill, we'll be on the lookout for another endangered species known as the gaur. That's G-A-U-R. Excellent Scrabble word. This time of day, they're going to be on the far side of the meadow. So while we're waiting, there's a word from their keeper, Dave.
Hi, I'm Dave, a wild animal keeper here in Wild Asia. When the Bronx Zoo received 2 female and 1 male gaur from the San Diego Zoo, it took a couple of introductions before all the animals were comfortable. But after a little bit of time, the 3 new animals fully integrated into the herd, and we have the family that you see today. A family group of gaur can consist of up to 40 individuals, and is typically led by an older adult female called the matriarch. Since the 2 females and 1 male have been added to this family, there have been a number of offspring. This is important because gaur are considered to be a vulnerable species, so it's vital to maintain a healthy growing herd here at the zoo.
Look to the far right on the fence line, and you'll start to see some gaur, the world's largest wild cattle. Male stands 6 feet at the shoulder, 10 feet long, and weigh 2,000 pounds. With their incredible size and horns, a gaur can take on anything, even a tiger. What threatens these beautiful creatures is lack of an Asian habitat and diseases they catch from domestic cattle. If the horns point straight up, it's a male. If they curve in at the top, it's a female. Most of the herd is female. Our matriarch's name is Trixie. We'll get a closer look at them in about a minute and a half on the other side of the meadow. It's easy to forget sometimes that the Bronx Zoo sits in the heart of an urban setting. But shortly behind us, you're going to hear the roar from the concrete jungle known as the Bronx River Parkway. The large wooden fence in front of you obstructing your view is put there to keep back that traffic noise and help our animals feel more at home and calm. This is especially important since in the next exhibit, we're on the lookout for a tiger. Once again, please remain seated with all body parts inside the train. Tiger stripes provide excellent camouflage, and sometimes we have difficulty spotting our tiger. We're looking for Anakin. He's a 450-pound Siberian or Amur tiger.
Where?
He's on the right side of the exhibit, walking this way.
Oh, I see his shadow. I saw his shadow.
In the wild, tigers will eat wild pig and deer. And pig he will. He'll eat 40 pounds of meat in one setting, and then not eat again for 3 days. That's the equivalent of 160 hamburgers to you and I. If you ate 160 hamburgers, you wouldn't eat for 3 days either. Tiger stripes are like fingerprints. No two are alike. That's how we tell our tigers apart. And they're solitary creatures and prefer to live alone. That's why you'll only see one at a time on display here at the Wild Asia Monorail. We don't want them fighting over territory. With less than 3,000 tigers remaining in the wild, and only 1,000 of them being breeding females, we're working with several organizations to increase this number. You can see more tigers by visiting Tiger Mountain, a short shuttle ride from the monorail. This is the back of our gaur exhibit. Top of the hill to the left, closer look at the gaur. Hello, ladies.
They look delicious.
Not really. In fact, their legs are almost solid bone. There's nothing on it.
Oh, wow.
Closer it gets to 5 o'clock, closer they get to the train. They go down under the tracks and sleep in the shelters behind us for the night. We're now at the back of our first meadow. The large honey-colored deer are called Barasinga. The word Barasinga means 12-tined in the Hindi language, as males will have 12 to 14 points on their antlers.
Wow.
Down here on the road, you'll find more Barasinga, the little white-bellied black buck antelope, and finally the spotted deer are called axis deer. Axis deer keep their spots their entire adult lives. We've exhibited axis deer since 1899. Then check out the antlers on the white one on the corner. That's the male Bactrian from the females we saw in the meadow. Straight back here on the corner.
Oh, those are cool.
As we round the bend, we're on the lookout for some pigs. Special pigs called babarusa. The word babarusa means pig deer in the Malay language, because the natives thought their tusks resembled deer antlers. Coming into a bamboo thicket, we're looking for 2 males today with tusks that erupt through their snout, back towards their eyes. Asia's version of Pumbaa. He's going to be walking over here to the left. The other one's going to be over here on the right. They hail from the island of Sulawesi and are highly endangered. Now, if you didn't see the babarusa, have no fear. You can't miss our next lovely lady, as we're going to visit with Happy, our Asian elephant.
Rosie wants an elephant?
The first thing you'll notice about an elephant is her size. She weighs approximately 10,000 pounds. She eats fruits, vegetables, 200 pounds of hay, and 60 gallons of water each day. The elephant's trunk is an incredible tool with over 40,000 muscles in it. That's more than the entire human body. It's got a finger-like appendage at the end. With it, she can pick up an egg without breaking it, or tear down a small tree with great force. Happy's giving herself what we call a dust bath. It's an elephant's way of applying sunscreen. She gets her name from the shape of her jaw. Looks like she's always smiling. And if you saw the Animal Planet show, The Zoo, you know that twice a week she receives special baths and pedicures. She has an Olympic-sized swimming pool that she only uses when it rains. And the tree to the left is her elephant-sized back scratcher. She's putting on her sunscreen.
Yeah, she's
She's putting on sunscreen.
That's how she protects herself.
Hi, Happy.
She looks pretty happy.
Once convinced a kindergarten class that she was trying to camouflage herself. Got in trouble for that one. As we say goodbye to Happy, we're on the lookout for my favorite lady at the zoo. And that's Priya, our great one-horned Indian rhino.
Whoa.
Follow the road down to the left, top of the hill by the fence. That's a rock. Take all the pictures you want. With less than 2,000 rhinos remaining in the wilds of India and Nepal, we're very fortunate to care for 4 of these endangered creatures. Caring for rhinos is one thing. Breeding's quite another. We're the luckiest zoo in the USA. We've had 16 rhino births here at the Bronx Zoo.
Wow.
Penny was our first, 1986. Our latest is Patrick, 2021. Priya is Patrick's mother. As we enter the second half of the exhibit, you'll see the original mud wallow, put here in 1977 when the monorail first opened. And right smack in the middle of that wallow is Priya.
Oh, she's in the mud. You want to see?
Priya, how's my baby?
He's taking a mud bath. Look.
Oh,
See
my
him?
goodness.
Oh, he's cute.
Can you sit up for us?
He's taking a mud bath.
Many people describe a rhino's skin as armor-plated. It's actually very thin with lots of folds and needs protection from insect bites and the sun. To do this, she'll sit in the mud wallow, cover herself with mud, and this acts as a natural sunscreen and insect repellent. Priya tips the scales at a mere 3,500 pounds, but can achieve speeds close to 40 miles per hour. Despite this fact, rhinos are endangered for their horn, which in some cultures is said to have medicinal purposes. As we drop down into the valley, we get extremely close to fences and trees. So once again, sit back, keep all body parts, camera parts, anything you ever want to see again, inside the train. Asia is a continent with the largest number of deer species, as well as deer diversity, as we'll see in this next and largest exhibit of the Wild Asia monorail. Of course, the more room you give animals to roam, the harder you have to look for them. Unless it's almost quitting time and they're all lined up to go in for the night, so I'll do the best I can. As we enter the clearing, you're going to see 2 circular fences inside the exhibit. Look around those circular fences, and that's where you're going to find some hog deer. Not baby deer, fully grown. They get their name because they're short and heavy like hogs, run like hogs, creep and crawl under things rather than over them like their deer cousins. As you'll see from the male's antlers, that's as big as those little deer will get.
Where?
All right, there.
Oh, okay. Oh my God.
The large tan animals with the black and white markings on their
You
hooves
see that?
are the nilgai antelope, largest antelope in Asia. The word nilgai means blue bull in the Hindi language,
Look at these little guys.
as males will have a blue-gray coat upon maturity.
That's a hog deer.
These medium-sized deer are brow antler deer. They get their name from the male's antlers that look like two bushy eyebrows coming up out of the top of their head. They're currently classified as vulnerable, as all of their habitat has been taken over for farmland in their native Cambodia. More hog deer along the fence line here.
Oh, look at him.
Did you see him? Good job, Rosie.
Again, the tan nilgai antelope. They follow this path all the way up to the top of the hill. Those large chocolate-colored deer are the sandbar deer, largest deer in southern Asia. Males stand 5.5 feet at the shoulder and weigh 650 pounds. So again, medium-sized brow antler deer, tan coat nilgai antelope, chocolate-colored coat sandbar deer, and the little guys are hog deer. Crossing over this double fence, we're on the lookout for China's tufted deer. These little elusive deer get their name from a tuft of hair on their head, where their antlers should be. Fully grown, less than 40 pounds, they can be very difficult to spot if they're not moving. Study the back fence line. They're one of two animals that have free access, meaning they decide when they come out and when they do not. And on a beautiful day like this, they usually do not. And usually right after I say that, we'll find two standing right in front of me. They're extremely rare in zoos outside China. Come back in October, they love the cold weather. Peek through the trees, you'll see Happy again. Can't hide an elephant. Right there, top of the hill. We're now crossing back over the Bronx River. At over 23 miles long, this freshwater river is home to fish, ducks, turtles, geese, and migrating birds. WCS realizes how important it is to maintain the Bronx River and Greenway, both as a healthy environment for wildlife and for Bronx residents to enjoy. Once we've successfully crossed the river for the second time, check out the hillside here for the markhor, the national animal of Pakistan. The largest member of the goat family, most identifiable by the male's impressive beard and spiral horns that can reach up to 5 feet in length. The word markhor means snake eater in Persian.
Look at the little
Legend
guy.
has it, he ate a snake, and that's how it escaped. Then keep your eyes peeled for baby goats. Baby goats are called kids. We have 10 kids on exhibit today, all between the ages of 5 and 9 weeks old. You never know where those kids will be. Both males and females have spiral horns and beards. Female horns stop growing after a foot. Male horns grow a foot a year, up to 5 feet. They're incredible athletes. They can leap up to 6 feet in the air without a running start, and have been known to climb trees for food. That's why some of these trees are wrapped in wire. Now we're going to pass a Y-shaped tree. So close to the train you could touch it. But please don't. Look into the tree behind it, just below eye level. And this is Linus, our red panda.
Oh, where?
The word panda means bamboo eater. That's how he gets his name. He's actually a relative of skunks, raccoons, and weasels. In Nepal, his name is Hunho, which means fire fox. And if you saw the movie Kung Fu Panda, Master Shifu was a red panda. The red panda was known to the Western world years before the black and white panda. The only thing they have in common is an insatiable appetite for bamboo. You can see more red pandas by visiting the Himalayan highlands, a short walk from the monorail. While there, be sure to visit our snow leopards. The last 3 cars are passing the Y-shaped tree now. As we wind our way down the hill, our tour is sadly coming to an end. But I'd like to tell you a little bit more about us. The Wildlife Conservation Society manages 5 parks in the New York City area. the Bronx Zoo, Central Park Zoo, Queens Zoo, Prospect Park Zoo, and the New York Aquarium on Coney Island. We also manage over 300 scientists in 60 countries throughout the world. We're working hard to save wildlife and wild places. You being here today helps us to do just that. And for that, we thank you. Out of gas.
Oh, man.
Just kidding, we went on electric. The computer felt I was too close to the train in front of us and still loading passengers. We'll be moving shortly.
Round 2.
When you exit the monorail today, you'll be directly across from Jungle World, our indoor rainforest. Then travel over to the other side of the zoo for Dinosaur Safari. Over 40 life-size animatronic dinosaurs. It's a walkthrough this year, so take plenty of water, read all the signage, and film your own version of Jurassic Park. One more brief stop to reset the computer. Please remain seated. This is not our final destination, and we'll only be here for a short while. Finally, please note that while the Bronx Zoo closes at 5:30 today, all live animal exhibits close at 5 o'clock, so plan your day accordingly. The only thing open at 5 o'clock will be Nature Trek and the Bug Carousel, as these do not contain live animals. So you got a half hour left to see whatever it is you wanted to see today.
Where's that? The Himalayan Highlands?
Yeah, you can make the Himalayan Highlands. Stop at the steps, turn right. It's about a quarter mile down the road.
That's where the gorillas are?
Oh no, the gorillas are in Congo Forest. For that, you have to go through Africa and down the hill to the right. On behalf of the Wildlife Conservation Society, the Bronx Zoo, and the entire monorail family, my name is Matthew. I've been your driver and tour guide. I thank you for joining me aboard the Wild Asia Monorail. Our animals are always in different places doing different things, so come back and visit us often, and soon. Please remain seated till the train comes to a complete final stop and the doors have opened. Remember, there's a step up for people in the front row, step down for people in the back row. Please watch your step as you exit the monorail car. First 6 cars exit to your right, last 2 cars exit to your left. Lucky car B6, you go straight out the gate. Train's about to stop, doors about to open. Only one thing left to do. Thunderous applause